It is consistently ranked as one of America's best law schools, one of the most affordable law programs in the country. It has been a leader in community service for a century, and for 100 years, it has provided talented leaders for law firms, businesses, and communities in Greater Akron and across the country. The University of Akron School of Law in its centennial year. At the inception of the Roaring Twenties, Akron, Ohio was the 32nd largest city in the United States. The population boomed during the First World War, tripling in just 10 years. But in 1921, Summit County had fewer than 200 lawyers to serve a city of 210,000 people and 250 manufacturing businesses. Some lawyers were trained as they had been in the 19th century by apprenticing with other attorneys. There were law schools in Cleveland and Cincinnati, but Route 21 north of Akron was 5 years away from being improved. The trek to Cleveland to attend law school was a barrier for aspiring lawyers in Akron. The inspiration for creating an Akron Law School came from two businessmen, Paul Short and Clark Neal. They established the Akron Law School on East Market Street, sharing space with the business college they had founded. From its beginning, Akron Law was well served by giants of the city's legal community. Judge Charles Grant became the first dean and gave the school its first law library from his personal collection. At its inception, Akron Law School had no artificial barriers of race, sex, color, creed, or national origin to prevent a student from enrolling. An early catalog defined the school's intention to produce lawyers who might affect the destiny of the city and the nation. A high school education was all that an eager student needed in 1921. Tuition was $100 per year, if paid in cash. Classes were held 2 hours nightly, 3 nights a week for 3 years, until 1923, when it became a 4-year program. In 1925, the first class of the Akron Law School graduated 26 students, including the first woman. Women always played a role in the life of Akron law and became leaders in the Greater Akron community. The class of 1926 graduated its first African American lawyer. And over 100 years, despite challenges to diversity and inclusion, Akron Law became a vehicle for Black students to take their place in the leadership of Akron and beyond. Until 1938, degrees were awarded through Cleveland Law School. That year, Akron Law School reorganized. Judge Oscar Hunsaker became the dean for the next 20 years. Akron then started granting its own degrees. The post-war years brought a crisis in confidence. Ohio law schools were required to meet rigorous standards set by the American Bar Association. A 1956 poll of the Akron Bar revealed that some established lawyers felt that the part-time program was injecting too many lawyers into the system. Within the year, an initiative to meet the tough new standards brought about the affiliation with the University of Akron to guarantee the quality of the Akron law education for decades to come. The merger with the university took effect in 1959. Stanley Samet became the first full-time dean. Meeting the new requirements plunged the school into an operating deficit, resolved when Akron lawyer C. Blake McDowell made a personal gift equivalent to $1 million today. And in 1964, accreditation was assured again with construction of a new College of Law building, shared with the College of Business. Soon, more stringent requirements necessitated construction of a standalone law school building. In 1974, with nearly 600 students, the university dedicated the McDowell Law Center, across the bridge from the Summit County Courthouse. The University of Akron School of Law has defined itself by distinguishing its programs from other law schools nationwide. Akron Law is known for experiential learning. Trial advocacy teams are consistently ranked among the best in the country. Hands-on training is provided through specialty clinics, providing low-cost legal assistance to emerging businesses and nonprofits, assisting low-income clients with housing or domestic problems. The Reentry Clinic, recognized as a national model, helps local residents reintegrate into society after serving time in prison. The Intellectual Property Law program is recognized by U.S. News & World Report as among the best in the country. And students in the Innovative Summer Trial Academy work with practicing lawyers to prepare and try simulated cases before real judges in actual courtrooms. Since 2017, the newly renovated C. Blake McDowell Law Center features the latest classroom technology. Akron Law is a place that prioritizes service. Over 10,000 hours of community service in the last year alone. The University of Akron School of Law has been acclaimed for its practicality, flexibility, its ideal size, affordability, and overall quality. Graduates work in large and small law firms, corporations, nonprofits, and government agencies in 49 states and 14 foreign countries. They are judges, magistrates, executives, and elected officials, with a continued emphasis on diversity, inclusion, and equity, and embraced by its 8,500 graduates over 100 years. The University of Akron School of Law is well positioned for another century of service.